Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive. Each episode is packed with actionable insights to help boost your efficiency and achieve your goals. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to peak performance.
Well, hello everyone, my name is Robin J. Emden and I'm an accountability coach and the author of Get Resultsology, The Science of Getting Stuff Done. I work with people who run their own business. No boss, distractions everywhere and never enough hours in the day. Together, we cut through the noise, sharpen their focus and follow through on the big ideas that actually move the needle. That's what I call the momentum formula. Do it today, profit tomorrow and repeat. So if that sounds like the kind of breakthrough that you've been looking for, then you're in exactly the right place. And speaking of being in exactly the right place, I am delighted to welcome our guest expert today, Colleen Kochannek. Colleen is a corporate refugee turned reinvention strategist for women over 50, ready to claim their third act as their power season. As founder of the Third Act Business Collective and the Third Act Lab, she helps women design a life and income on their terms. Through practical frameworks, candid truth-telling, and smart use of AI, Colleen guides women to rediscover who they are now and turn lived experience into creative, income-generating projects. Colleen, welcome to Goalbusters.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. I feel like, I don't know, like you must be a TV announcer or something. That was fabulous. Thank you.
I miss my vocation, clearly. Although the TV's going out of fashion these days, so I'll probably get made redundant the day I start doing it. Whereabouts in the world are you, Colleen?
I am in St. Louis, Missouri, in the smack dab middle of the United States is where I am. And it's a little dark and gloomy out today, but yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, you can have your dark and gloomy, but it's pitch black where I am because it's early evening and then the evenings have come in. Oh, I'm waffling on. Shall we do the questions instead?
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. All right, let's do it. All right, and there it goes. Colleen, could you tell me, please, who is your ideal client?
My ideal client is a modern woman over 50. And I say modern because we live in very different times than our mothers and our grandmothers. And so we have this incredible opportunity of an entire next lifetime, this third act, and we're kind of making new rules. So my ideal client is somebody who wants to jump in and take advantage of all the possibilities that we have out there for us, including AI as a helpful tool, but also just the online space in general, where we can build a very autonomous life and business. That is my ideal person.
Fantastic. And so you've already alluded to it both in the description that I read out and what you've just said, but could you perhaps dive a little bit more into what exactly is the problem or problems that you solve?
I solve the problem of I call it the cereal aisle syndrome these days. Like, when you go into the grocery store and you go to the cereal aisle and there are a million options, we don't know which one to do. It's very easy to get caught up in the what business could I start? What is my idea? Which model can I start? And of course, we're bombarded with information online, and it's very easy to just get stuck in overwhelm and indecision. And so that's where I help my ideal customer kind of narrow in and move forward with it.
Yeah, absolutely. A bewildering array of cereals. I shall remember that image. So what is one valuable free action that the audience can implement that will help them to solve this problem at least a little bit for themselves?
You need to make a decision. You need to decide what is one thing you absolutely love to do and know how to do, and pursue that as your first potential business idea. And when I say business, I mean creating a very simple digital product based on that one idea. We tend to get too caught up in, I have to build a business, and it feels very big and overwhelming. Whereas, in this day and age, you can launch a business by validating an idea. Pick one idea, build one really simple digital product, get online on social media, whichever your favorite platform is, and start talking about that idea. You will learn in the process of doing, not thinking about. That's
Yeah.
what I would say.
Yeah, very sage advice too. So, all right, moving on. So now we have a little bit of a better understanding of what you do, and I always say a little bit because fair enough, you've only had 3 minutes so far, and you can't possibly get it all in that time. But now that we have that, let's dive briefly into goal busting, which is focusing on how to maximize productive time to achieve your business goals. Could you give us any more tips or advice for someone looking to improve their productivity habits?
Yes, I have many ideas. One, I love that you have a framework around it. I love frameworks that we have something to follow. I'm very much somebody, tell me what to do on Tuesday, I will do it. I think we need very, strategic directions. What I say to my ideal customer all the time is you have to give yourself permission to make potentially bad decisions. Every decision we make has potential risk or uncertainty, and it's really easy to get stuck in indecision. Productivity is going to come from, hey, I want to do this thing. Here is step one. Okay, I'm not sure about step one. I'm going to do step one and see how it turns out. And I think we move forward that way more productive rather than, oh my gosh, I wonder if this is the wrong decision. I wonder what will happen if this doesn't work out. And we get stuck in this kind of loop of indecision. And of course, big decisions, big potential risk, small decisions, smaller risks. So I'm very much about, taking micro steps and micro moves, but make the decision and act on it because you won't know otherwise. You just won't know.
Yes, all of those things, all the above is all what the procrastinators' mantras are in there everywhere. Indecision is the biggest bugbear of a true procrastinator. Which if you think about it, you go back into ancient, not even history, unwritten history. The times when you'd be stuck in a cave worrying about the bear outside. Your indecision is: do I go and fight it and risk my life, or do I stay as here and possibly starve to death because it's so dangerous? Indecision, procrastination. You've got to find ways of getting around it. You need a framework. Absolutely.
You do. You
Fantastic.
do.
All right. So finally, what should I have asked you today, Colleen, that I didn't? And your answer, please.
Okay, so I alluded to it earlier. This is 2025. We are not our grandparents. We have an opportunity ahead of us. We quote over 50s to build an entirely next life. We're coming into this life with a lot of wisdom and experience and baggage, of course. So we really need to decide what it is we want and what we want to do, because that time is going to pass, whether we take advantage of it or not. And so I think we need to realize, A, there really aren't a lot of role models that have gone before. We're making the rules, so we get to make up the rules. But we also have to be in action. I'm very much about you have got to be doing. We cannot be passive in this script. Nothing's going to happen. We hear all of the gurus, nobody's coming to save you, all of that. And sadly, it's true. If we're not doing, nothing's happening. But we have this incredible opportunity. And most of us, quite frankly, are underprepared for this third act because it hasn't really happened, you know, in large swaths of the population before. So it's up to us. We need to find a way to take action, to get productive, to do all the things. And it's really going to be up to us, but the possibility is there. If you want to build a business, go build a business. If you want a different career, go build a different career. We have the time. So we need to really bust the, procrastination, the indecision, all of those things, because time is a wasting. Time is a wasting.
Yeah, as I often say to people, if you get to the end of the year and you haven't got enough money, you can always find ways of making more money. But if you get to the end of the year and you've procrastinated away a lot of your time, you can't get that time back. And you don't know how much time you've got left. Hopefully plenty, but you just don't know. So don't waste it, is the key.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
All right. Thank you. I love it too. That's why I said it. Colleen, thank you so much. That's brilliant. Thank you. I've learned a lot today about what you do and about the very good reasons for doing it. And so now I always come to a point where I ask a two-part question, which is part A, which is how can people reach you if they'd like to find out more about what you do? And part B is if they're not quite ready to do that yet, quite often a valuable free resource is a good way for them to get to know you a little bit better. And then they'll get in touch with you because let's be honest, they'd be foolish not to. Do you have like a valuable free resource? And now would be the time to mention that as well.
Yeah, so they can find me on my website at ColleenKochannek.com. I'm sure you'll put that below because nobody can spell that. I totally am aware of that. And I have a really great free resource that has been very popular called 109 Simple and Inspiring Ideas You Can Make Money With. And it's exactly what it says. It's basically to show you that any know-how or expertise can be translated into a digital business in some format. And I give you 109 examples of what that looks like. And you can find that on my storefront, stanstore/Colleen Kochannek. Again, I'm sure you'll put the link below because my name is not spellable.
Yeah, 109. I love the fact that you've got an extra 9 there. That breaks the mold straight away. Why stick to the stereotype and do 100? I mean, 109 is so much more interesting.
Exactly.
All right, Colleen Kochannek, that has been absolutely brilliant. I'm thrilled to bits that you've been able to spend some time with us today and tell us more about what you do. Colleen Kochannek, thank you so much for appearing on Goalbusters.
Thanks for having me. I enjoyed myself.
I enjoyed meeting you too. You're very welcome. And remember, everybody, keep goal busting and make your future self proud. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination, and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.